I'm here in Niagara Falls with a gentleman who won the Niagara Next Star, Cory Cruise. Cory, first question I have to ask you. One of the songs that you did was actually dedicated to the soldiers. What I'd like you to do is talk about what led up to leading that song and what kind of feedback you're getting from the Canadian soldiers right now.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me. I appreciate being here. Well, the song was basically written about a couple fallen soldiers, good friends of my brother's, Jesse Opie. And it was actually written for Corporal Tyler Crooks and Master Corporal Scott Vernelli that were killed in 2009 in a IED blast. And we got the news over the news, and we actually didn't know who actually was killed. So it was very, it was a really hard time for our family because, like I said, we'd heard it. I'd heard my mom scream upstairs. I was actually over there helping her out with some plumbing and stuff. And yeah, I came running upstairs, and it just, I had this melody in my head all day long, just trying to think of this song to do. And after all that happened, it just kind of fell into place. And I've had amazing support from everybody, my brother, the troops as well. Just hearing the song and just a lot of people saying thank you, which is a little different because it was more for, you know, myself expressing how I felt at the time. But it's been positive, very positive.
And what is the title of that song, so that way people can go look at it on YouTube and give your website quickly too?
Absolutely. It's Loving Memory by Cory Cruise, and yeah, you can find it on YouTube. I'm actually putting together a slideshow for it right now, and I'm probably going to put that out soon.
And also, you know, what got you into music to begin with when you were younger? You know, there's people out there right now going to be listening to this. I mean, young artists up and coming themselves, and they want to, you know, crack at that Niagara Next Star and other contests. You know, what got you in to begin with?
Well, it was I actually found a guitar in my closet when I was about 11 years old. Had one string on it. I picked it up, and there was a song, actually it was a Metallica song, which is kind of weird, but I just played along to it on the acoustic and on one string, and my mom had come in and she's like, what's going on here? I'm like, look, I just taught myself guitar, you know, and I just basically started singing along to that. And really, the whole singing thing has really been, I guess, kind of like a closet thing for me. I really haven't, you know, I'm really shy with some things, but like, yeah, people started saying, wow, you can really sing. I'm like, really? And now with all this, like, I didn't tell anybody that I was going to the Niagara Next Star. Didn't invite anybody out, and then I ended up winning the whole thing. And you know, people were like, "Why didn't you invite us out?" I'm like, "I didn't know. I had no idea." So it's been quite the experience, and such positive feedback. It's been really cool.
And you know, some artists will say that actually, you were saying earlier, you hear melodies in your head when you're writing the song. Some songs, do you feel like there's something standing next to you that you're being inspired, that the words are already laid out with the music itself? I mean, that's one question I really like to ask.
Absolutely. Excuse me. Absolutely. Sometimes it's almost, yeah, you're being almost a puppet in a sense. The songs basically, they're channeled through other means, I believe. Absolutely.
And what other kind of artists inspired you to write? I know you were mentioning Metallica, but what other groups are really favorite of yours, and you actually do cover songs at the same time?
Well, from Metallica stuff all the way to Leonard Skinner, the Eagles. I've recently just started to get into country, so it's just another pivotal point in my life right now. Neil Young especially, and some of his softer stuff right now I've really got into. It's just coming to this age now, it's just I'm maturing with a lot of music that I'm actually listening to now. It's changed my life quite a bit.
And quickly, you want to give your website address too, so that way people can go look at it, and there's the contact information on there at the same time, right?
Absolutely. Yes, it is. It's corycruise.ca as well. You can Google me or find me on Facebook, and yeah, all the information's there.
And you know, other songs that you've written in the past, you've done videos for. Can you quickly talk about some of them at the same time? What inspired you to do them at the same time?
Sure, absolutely. A lot of it with life experiences, some friends, especially heartbreak. I usually keep a diary every single day, so I take excerpts of that stuff and kind of put things together. It's amazing. But like you said, sometimes the songs just write themselves. It's just that it's being passed on, and you really feel it. It just comes right through you, and all you can do is just let it out. It's amazing. So that's what I would say for people up and coming, and especially for people looking to get into the guitar or singing. Just the hardest part is to just do it. There's no do, there's only try.
And you've been involved also with fundraisers to help you know, soldiers, I think homeless soldiers and other veteran groups. What are some groups that you've been involved with to help with the fundraising? And you know, what kind of feedback at the same time are these groups coming up and they're saying to you?
Well, there's a few actually I'm working with. Militaryminds.ca is one, thankasoldier.net, NRCA, Steel Cities, with Kevin Ellis. I'm working with them as well.
Out of Hamilton?
Out of Hamilton, absolutely. And yeah, a lot of good people with a lot of good intentions, trying to shine light on this, the PTSD, all the everything, just a lot of good people.
Can we actually see you coming to the Toronto area and traveling throughout to Hamilton and Niagara region at the same time?
Absolutely. I'm slowly making my way out there now. Yeah, I can keep everything updated on the website and stuff, but yeah, make my way out there, slowly but surely.
And one question I really like to ask everyone that I talk to, because everyone gives me a different answer to it, and I really love to see, talking from a personal standpoint from people's lives, who has inspired you to reach where you're now at, and what do you feel, message you feel that's being left with you that you're carry on for the rest of your life?
Really? Well, it's hard to narrow it down to just one person. There's anybody musically really is inspiring to me because it's really them expressing themselves. So I'd really have to say basically anybody that's expressing themselves and being true to their music and not just doing what the industry is telling them what to do. It's hard to say. Our soldiers, for one, I look up to them. It's recently, just to go off topic a little bit, I had a question online. Somebody was kind of giving me a hassle, saying that it's the soldier's choice. It's why are you making such a big deal of it? And it really caught me off guard. I started sweating, and I'm like, I've never been confronted like that before, and it's like I was just trying to think of what I could say to that person, and I wanted to say, if anybody does get that question, I was thinking about it, and I really think it is the soldier's decision, the person's decision, but the people that are giving the hard time about it are forgetting that it's a decision that's made through the whole family as well. Like it's a family unit. Like I'm part of a military family now, and it's their decision, but we're all involved in, and we all support. So I believe I believe people that have to understand that as well. It's just, I think, another point I think should be made.
And finally, what kind of message you want to leave to people that are following their own dreams as you look back to when you first started on your trip that you're now on, and you're progressing along? What kind of message you want to instill in other people's lives that are just starting out and then proceeding towards their own dreams?
I'd say stick with it and absolutely put the time in. The time is really where it's at. Countless Friday nights I've stayed in and played guitar, and turned down the parties and whatnot, but stuck true to what I want to do, and it keeps you out of trouble as well. And it's you can help, and it's proving that it can cause attention and you can do good in the community just by doing what you love now. So it's been quite an eye-opener for me in helping out.
Well, I want to say in closing that, I keep getting back to this, harping back to this, because it's so important. Mahatma Gandhi says, be the change you want to see in this world. And I think that everyone watching this right now should basically harp on that in their own lives, because if we want to see positive change in this world, the only one that's going to bring the positive change is each and every one of us. And if we work together, Cory's a prime example, helping out veteran groups and other groups and following his own dream. He's inspiring many people to want to continue that next step, and that's what we have to start doing together. Thank you so much for your time there, Cory.
Thank you so much for having me. The pleasure and honor is mine.